You have tuned in to FOSA. Were you in the right place? You want to be inspired to be empowered. I am your host, Crystal Boyd. You know it, that's right. It is an absolute pleasure to be here again and another micro episode. So short, so sweet, but yet it's enough to get you through the day. We're not taking 30 minutes, not even an hour, but it is so inspirational, it's bound to leave you charged. So, without any further hesitation, we'll jump right into today's episode, and that is intrinsic value. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know I hit you with something different every now and then, and that's because my audience got you gotta be knowledge, you know, as they say, put on game. Yeah, but I like this definition. I came across it in economics, and what I like most about it is intrinsic value for the economic definition is going to be an item that has value that's beyond just looking at the market value. Say, for instance, it's an iPad. It's going to look at the historical value, consider the market value, meaning like what can you purchase it for today? And then also like what it the value of it in the future. Now that's an item. But now we want to transfer the definition and look at it from a perspective of just kind of like philosophy, kind of just life. I think we can see where something can have value beyond this world, if you will. Yeah, we do for sure. I know we do. And so I think, in essence, intrinsic value is something that means something to you when it comes to this definition of it, as in people, relationships, or perhaps just with ourselves. What does the intrinsic value mean in that? And that's our set of values. And for me, I can go down my list and maybe you can build a list with me as I go. So for intrinsic value for me, I have a deep love for God that's profound. And that's gonna be what it is. That's gonna be numero uno for me, right? And with that love for God, it makes me feel so valued, so loved, so fulfilled. Like, I'll give you an example of how fulfilling it is to have God at the top of my list there. And gotta sit up straight. I had a little back situation. Yeah, so me having that love for God is very profound. And I like to compare it to like ice cream. And you guys probably heard me say it before, but this is my example of just life and other things, right? So you have this bowl of ice cream, and most of the time, sometimes you see people have it served with whipped cream, the sundae, the cherry on top, and all of that, right? But I consider God to be my bowl of ice cream. Now, the chocolate, the whipped cream, the cherries, I consider to be just extras in life. And so those extras are career, family, friends, um, relationships, all of that. Like that's what I see. Now, without, for me, I can have all of those things, but if I didn't have God, that would mean nothing. It would mean nothing for me to have any immediate family member. It would mean nothing in my career. It would mean nothing in a marriage, none of that. Like if I did not have God. So that is firmly rooted for me. And I value that. So that's gonna be at the top of my list. I can't have ice cream without having ice cream. I can't have life without having God. So that's where that is on my list. Being a help. I like feeling useful. I like not being used, being useful. It's nothing like being, I like being somewhere. Well, Crystal, you were a help. This is exactly what I needed. You helped this, that. Like that's good. And it has a value that's not extrinsic. Like it's an internal value for me that's fulfilling. And I'd say another thing on that list is doing things that matter to you. You know, peace, quiet, and, meditation, exercise, a good diet, all of those things to me help to bring that value of life, that intrinsic value of life more to surface. It's got a little over. So now I sound a little bit better, a little bit clearer. But yes, so intrinsic value, it does have this fancy ring to it, but it just goes to me beyond the surface. That's what it is. Beyond what's apparent. Like some people wouldn't know your intrinsic value just looking at you, you know? That's something inside that I feel like as people get to know you, yeah, they will know those values that you have and you hold in high regard. But think about that. I hope that this message resonates well. And so my call to action is if you don't know your intrinsic value, you're priceless. We don't get another you. We never will. You're irreplaceable. So treat that with high regard. Go out here and be your dream person and watch everything come to you. If you haven't already, be sure that you like, subscribe, comment, share. Yeah, and give us some feedback. Yeah, we like suggestions. You got tips on different episodes. We're all ears. Ways that you can do that is you can go to our Twitter, our Facebook, our Instagram. You can even send us an email, info@fosa.company. We'll be glad to hear from you. Until next time.